Salute, peace and love, happy Tuesday. This is Jay, chairman and founder of Laugh House Production. Salute to everyone. Real quick, I want to speak about the whole Young Thug situation, real quick. And I just had a conversation with a few people about the whole Young Thug situation. Shout out to Thugger, man. You know, glad you're home. It's fucked up the way things are, you know, and you know, it's fucked up the way, you know, that case pled, you know, throughout the years that Young Thug was incarcerated and fighting the case. But anyways, to those who don't know what state and federal, how they work, I'm gonna tell you a little bit of something about state and federal. 7-8 years ago, I was in Young Thug's position, and it was not a good thing. It was not a good look. I was fighting a federal and state case. So I was able to, because of lack of evidence and so on, they were able to lease the charge into a lesser charge, and they end up running state and case concurrent because they wanted to run it consecutive. But anyways, when Young Thug's situation, Young Thug did not beat no RICO case. It's sad that they gave him 15 years probation. It's sad because I know exactly what he's going through. I know exactly what he's going through. I had 10 years probation. And 8 years ago, I had violated that probation, and I was fighting state and federal. So in Young Thug's situation, Young Thug is not free. I feel so bad for the way things played out for Young Thug. I mean, listen, shout out to his lawyer. I feel like his lawyer could have got a better deal, at least 10 years probation instead of 15. And they gave him 10 years probation and I think a year or 2 years of supervision. I'm not sure. Someone told me they gave him 2 years of supervision because they know him. And when I was speaking to that person agreed. You know, Young Thug did not beat no RICO case, man. I wish he did. You know, from the years of fighting, you know, the federal case, it's now you cannot beat a federal case unless you're completely innocent with no evidence, no substantial evidence, no verbal evidence, no physical evidence. Remember, you gotta have 3 evidence to declare you're guilty. But in Young Thug's situation, Young Thug got ratted on. It's crazy. Young Thug got ratted on. Young Thug got ratted on by this fucking idiot Woody. First of all, who the fuck is paying this idiot for interviews talking about stupid shit when this dude is clearly a fucking rat? You know what I'm saying? I don't like that dude Woody. Whatever's, I really don't. He's a peasant, straight beneath, just like every other dirty, sneaky, disloyal who turned against Young Thug and testified against him, and now this dude is like out there famous and shit. It's unbelievable, man. This world has gone completely mad because now you got people supporting snitches, which is crazy. But anyways, me and my friend was talking about Young Thug did not beat the case. I wish he did beat the case. I wish he did. But getting 15 years on a plea deal with no content is not beating the federal case, man. It's not beating RICO. It's not. I mean, luckily he gotten, you know, probation, and, you know, because one thing about the feds, they don't fuck around, especially when it comes to a RICO case, especially when it involves conspiracy theory. You know, conspiracy theory. You know, a conspiracy to a RICO act is just as worse. you know, because they go by what ifs. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but I was told from some of my friends who are attorneys. One of my good friends, who was my attorney in the past and ended up fighting my case, clearly, he told me clearly that that's totally false information, what people are saying about Young Thug, about how he won, you know, the RICO case. Young Thug did not win the RICO case, man. It's sad to say that, you know, everybody railroaded this dude, you know, and it's messed up. It's fucked up that Young Thug was in jail suffering, you know. Young Thug was in jail, man. While everybody's out living their life, doing their thing, Young Thug was, man, on the urge of fighting for his life, for real. I bet and I guarantee there were no one, I bet there were no one in his camp supporting him. You know what I'm saying? Uplifting him, making him think positive, you know. Because it's been a long time, man. It's been a few years, man, you know. Young Thug was incarcerated for what, 2 years, 3 years or so, fighting this RICO case. It would have been 4 or something like that. But it's crazy. It's crazy how people, how the media is painting that false narrative, man. Why? Young Thug did not beat the federal case, man. He did not beat no RICO case, man. If anything, he got a shitty ass fucking deal. If anything, he got a shitty ass deal, and you know they railroaded him. They did. They railroaded Young Thug, man, and it's fucked up. But it's what happens when you're fighting federal or state case, you know. But the DA, Atlanta's DA, and the prosecutors and district attorneys, man, they're fucking idiots, man. I swear to God, they're fucking idiots, man. Seriously. I should become a lawyer. I should become a lawyer. Because how do you drag this case out for so many years with no hard evidence? The only thing you got is verbal and substantial, you know. That's it. Supposedly there weren't no physical evidence. You know, supposedly there weren't no physical evidence of Young Thug. You know, they were just going by people snitching, ratting, telling on Young Thug. And I think there was a weapon involved or something like that. But no fingerprints. It was all a he say, she say. Now, what is serious, and we was just talking about this yesterday. A few of my colleagues were just talking about this yesterday. The Lil Durk situation. Now I don't know how's it looking for Lil Durk, but let me tell y'all something. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. I feel so bad for Jit. You know, I feel so bad for him, man. But you reap what you sow, man. You know, I don't think it was right for him to do such a stupid, idiotic move, especially when you're famous, you know, worldwide famous, and a major star, major celebrity. My prayers goes out to Lil Durk and his family. I don't get involved in none of that. I really don't. I really don't. But it's something we have to speak about. Something we have to speak about, because some things are wrong. Something has to be corrected, like the Young Thug situation. That's why I went on live, because I wanted to straighten, you know, and correct certain people and media about the Young Thug situation. Young Thug did not beat the RICO case. You know, if anything, Young Thug got in the worst deal, 15 years probation, and I think 2 years supervision or a year supervision or something like that. When I was in his position 8 years ago, I was in Young Thug's position. I was fighting state and federal, and I had 10 years probation prior to that, of state probation, and 8 years ago, you know, I was charged with conspiracy of racketeering, organized crime, and laundering money, which is the worst, because when they plant conspiracy into the case, you know, it's a what if, you know. So conspiracy could mean a lot of things, which is fucked up. But I had God on my side always, and I was fighting. I was steady fighting, you know. And when I was fighting my case, I was experiencing the same thing Young Thug was experiencing. You know, I was experiencing the disloyal, the stab in the back, you know, the snakes. I was dealing with a lot. I was dealing with my ex-wife, was beginning to turn on me, take the stand, which she couldn't, because at that time, she was my wife, my legal wife. We were married, so she couldn't take the stand, but the feds was forcing her, for a deposition and a statement as well. And because my ex-wife was a witness, and my sister was a witness as well, so they tried to charge me with conspiracy, and so when I was fighting both cases, you know, I felt like Young Thug was feeling. You know, I felt like my whole world crashed. You know, I felt like everything was going downhill, which it was, you know. And they wanted to give me 35 years. 35 years. 35 years to life. They wanted to give me 35 years. Crazy. And then after I was sitting in county for 6 months, 6 or 7 months, I was in Paul Ryan, and I was in from Paul Ryan to North Broward. Then from North Broward, I had got transferred to Palm Beach, fighting a federal case, because I had to deal with a state case in Broward. So as I was fighting both cases, so I knew what Young Thug was going through, especially when they plant conspiracy into the case. That's the worst, because conspiracy is everything. You know, you could conspire murder, drugs, organized crime, whatever. You know, conspiracy it's a very, very bad title, you know, when it comes to fighting a federal and state case, especially conspiracy to RICO, or, you know, conspiracy to murder for hire or something like that. So what I was trying to understand is that, you know, when Young Thug was fighting his case, I don't know how they made it legal for the judge. This was crazy. And then the prosecutors were saying, some new prosecutors, certain elected prosecutors were saying, well, when I get elected, I promise to release Young Thug. What kind of shit is that, man? If you know this man is guilty or innocent, why drag this out? Because he's a celebrity and because he's famous. You know, and you know, Young Thug is a major figure. You know, he's now a public figure. So, and he's a major star, Young Thug. So, when the media found out, they took it and ran with it. Some kind of technical difficulty or something like that. I don't know what was going on. But anyways, they always messing with my live, man. They always messing with my live. Whatever, it is what it is. But anyways, real quick about this Young Thug situation. Anyways, like I said, you know, I'm not a lawyer, but I know a little or two about the situation and what's going on and what was happening to Young Thug, because I was in the same position. I was fighting a federal and state case, 8 years ago. Pretty much, made a fucked up decision, you know what I mean? And started doing some fucked up things, of course. But when I was fighting my federal and state case, I was on 10 years probation. I was able to be honest with you, it takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of money, and it takes a lot of people to come together, the community, because I had a lot of people come to court for me, speak for me. Important people, just like Young Thug did. Young Thug had Michael Rubin, and other important names, speak on his behalf. They couldn't believe the state attorney and the prosecutor and the judge. They couldn't believe the cat and mouse game that they were playing in Atlanta, in Georgia, and see, Fulton County, I don't know the law over there, but the law's the law. The law's the law. What I mean by the law is the law, I mean by the state attorney, the prosecutor, and the judge was not following any of those guidelines. For real. They was trying so hard to find any loopholes, any negative, any other conviction that they could have gotten and charge Young Thug. But apparently they just had substantial evidence, verbal evidence. They didn't really have any physical evidence. For real. No DNA, no fingerprints, no video, or wiretap. There was literally no wiretap. I kid you not. Supposedly, that phone conversation that Young Thug gave when Young Thug called his sister and brother, and I feel like that wasn't enough. I feel like that alone, what he was saying about the incident that happened with Lil Wayne and getting his tour bus shot up or whatever back then and shit, and that's when it came to Woody and some of his other colleagues, well, so-called friends, gave him up. But you got to have hard evidence, real hard evidence. So that's why they was dragging this case out. They was dragging this case out because they really didn't have anything. They just had someone, they just had, what's this fucking idiot, Woody or something like that. This dude's really a piece of shit, man, for real. And when I see him, I trust and believe I'll slap the shit out this guy. Because how the fuck can you gain so much popularity for snitching? Like, this shit's crazy, man. I don't understand. It's the world we live in. It's the world we live in. But I blame you people for not being real. I blame you people for not supporting Young Thug. Some of the people, some of the people in the industry too. Also, shout out to Drake, shout out to the GOAT, shout out to the God, man, for doing that. For real. Salute, my brother. OVO, you already know. Drake, man. That's why he is who he is, and that's why he's at where he's at. Because Drake is a real one. He always been. Always been. Always been real. And now that Young Thug got out, hands him $1 million. Here. Get back on your feet, man. I got you. Don't worry about it. That's real loyalty. That's real friendship. That's someone that has your back. For real. Not everybody's like that. It's crazy. They gonna give Young Thug $1 million? No. Has anybody gave Young Thug $1 million? No. Big names. A-listers. From music, film industry, and has anyone gave Young Thug $1 million? No. Drake is the only one. Was the only one who helped Young Thug. It's crazy. But my heart goes out to Thugger, man. I hope he finds himself in a better place, in a more positive state of mind. Because now he realized that everybody fucked him over. Everybody fucked him over. Now he realized not everybody that is close to you not everybody that's close to you. Think. Not everybody is close to you. It's real. So, I say this to say this. Excuse me. I say this to say this. Now that Young Thug got 15 years probation, he'll do 6-7 years of probation on good behavior, early release. Or if he gets early release on probation, he could get released in 5 years. Might. But the reason why I'm speaking on this is because I went through the same thing Young Thug went through. For real. So I know how it is. I know how it is to be fucked over. I know how it is to be dragged into the system, while they're playing around with your life. I know how it is. I was facing 35 years to life. I was facing 35 years to life. Crazy. So, while on probation, I was supposed to get 3 years mandatory on top of... No, I was supposed to get 5 years mandatory because that's what they wanted. They wanted 5 years mandatory. They wouldn't go no less than that. But I kept fighting and putting more money into the system, of course. Getting, putting more money into the, to the lawyer and to fight my case more. So I didn't get the best out of the case, but I didn't get probation or reinstated. I didn't get none of that. I did get that on my record. I did get the charge, a lesser charge on my record, and also the aggravated assault was also in my record as well, is also in my record. But I don't have conspiracy, I don't have, none of that on my record. So I don't believe in luck, because a man makes his own luck. But what I do believe in is that money talks, bullshit walks. For real. Money talks, bullshit walks. Especially when you're a major figure. So back then, back when I was fighting those two cases, man, it took a lot out of me. It took a lot. But I'm glad to be here sharing this story with you guys. I got a documentary coming up as well, and you guys gonna really enjoy it. It's basically a story about my life, how I was able to make it out, and my involvement in the drug business, and seeing a lot of crazy shit. So, but a lot of these are over statute of limitations, so that's why I was obligated to bring this story out and tell this story. But like I was saying, shout out to Young Thug. Salute, man. Salute the Thugger. You know what I'm saying? Blessings to you, brother. My heart goes out to you, man. I know how it is to be in your position, my brother. All I can say is stay focused, stay positive, stay away from all that negative shit. You already know. Being locked up, you already know who's who. You already know who's real, who's not real. Right now, you're in a good position, even though you're on probation and whatnot. But you're in a good position because now you could be able to build back up and continue doing good. Build the community back up. Help the community. Help the people. Help yourself. Also, stay clean. Stay focused. Because let me tell you something. If Wallow could do it, and Wallow got fucking 20 years parole or something like that. And look at him. He's been in a positive movement every day. Never gave up. He's been building every community up, not just his in Philly. Every town he goes to, every hood he goes to, every city, he helps the people, he builds the community. For real. Shout out to Wallow, man. Shout out to Gilly too. $1 million worth of game, man. We're definitely looking forward to the new interview. Definitely looking forward to the new Young Thug interview. It's definitely going to be record breaking. But yeah, shout out to the whole family. Shout out to Young Thug and everybody. Jeffrey, shout out to your whole family, man. Salute, man. Peace and love to you. And I know you're going to make it out through this, brother. I know you're going to make it out through this, man. But stay focused, stay positive, and keep all the negative out, brother. You know what I'm saying? Keep all the negative away from you. For real. You're a king. You're worthy. Now you got a chance to make a difference, to make a change, to prove to us and to our people that no matter how much, or no matter the breakdown from the system, you know, because the system loves to break us down. So teach the youth, continue teaching the youth that that's not the way to go. Honestly, you can make an honest living. Seriously, you can make an honest living. Teach the youth that money isn't real. The actions that you may cause, you know, to get money or is real. So salute the Young Thug, man. Peace and love, brother. This is J Laugh House Productions. Till next time. Till next time. Till next time. I appreciate you guys for viewing. Appreciate my sponsors. You know, shout out to Hyundai. I appreciate my sponsors. Shout out to Rick Case. Shout out to Corvette. Shout out to Capital One. Appreciate you guys, for real. Also, man, thank you all, to my followers, supporters, you know, to my fans, because, you know, I got fans out there. Appreciate you guys, man. Blessings to you all. Remember, you guys are worthy. Remember, you can make every day count. Remember all that, you know. Anything is possible. Don't ever think negative about yourself, for real. Stay strong, think positive, have a positive mindset. This is J Laugh House Production. I'm out.